How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments Unhinged. This is my other channel. Many people don't know the difference, but this one is the Unhinged channel. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this one. But I have some sad, happy, good news. I don't know, however you're going to take this news. But this will probably be the last one I do of this 5 keys going up, going down sort of thing. I know you guys really love this, but this is probably one of the last ones I'm going to do. Not for the reasons why you're thinking. So I'll just lay it out like this. So I've always wanted to do a comic book ever since I was little. And, over the past probably maybe 6 months to a year, I've been really having the bug to do a comic book, especially now that I kind of have a platform to, for people to actually like it and want it. Hopefully they do. And so I was going to do it, at least start it by the end of this year. The year's almost over, and then really start doing it by next year. I've been really wanting to do it. And so here's kind of like my problem. So I'm like creative type. So, I work on music, and I just released an album at the beginning of this year. And then usually once I release a big album or something like that, some creative project, I'm kind of tapped out. So I just needed a break for a while. But now I'm getting that bug again, and I really need to create something. And so I want to do this comic book. So the reason why I'm doing this will probably be the last one, is because I was saving up money to do a comic book. And it's going to be really expensive. And especially the way I want to do it, because it's going to be unique, unlike any other comic book. I'm sure lots of people say that, but this will be unique, and I'll explain how it's unique in a second. But it's going to be pretty expensive, and I was saving up money for it, but then a freaking wolf came and blew down my fence, and now I have to fix that. I mean, it wasn't a wolf, but it was air. Wind blew my fence over, so that's going to be $10,000 to fix, which I don't have. But so that's annoying. And then I also have some family things coming up. Basically a kid on the way, my first one. And so I'm like, oh man, that's going to be expensive as well. And so I'm like, oh man, I won't have time to do it. And I feel like if I don't do this comic book idea that I want to do, I'm never going to do it, because I'm going to have even less time to do it. And so what I'm doing, and I never really wanted to do this because I didn't make YouTube to make money. Mostly I did it as a creative outlet because I enjoy doing it, and also to help my business bring people's attention to my business, collectorscomics.com. And so that's kind of why I did this. Now, I never wanted to do this, but a lot of people told me to do this. They've been telling me, they're like, oh, it's a good way. I'm going to create a Patreon and a membership. Now, YouTube membership, I think they take 30%, and Patreon takes 10%. I don't care which one you use, but if you want to help me, I'm just going to take this money so I can fund the comic book. That's what I want to do. Normally, I wouldn't do this, but I was thinking, I don't know how I'm going to afford to do a comic book, especially with a freaking wolf blowing down my fence, and trying to do this comic book, because the reality is everyone I've talked to do a comic book to the scale that I want to do is probably going to be $20,000, if not more. I don't know. And my whole goal is if I could just break even. If I could just break even, I'd be happy. Now, I do music, and each one of my albums that I do costs me anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000. I do one every 2 years. So I've never broken even on it, not even close. The last album was the best I've ever done, and I think that one cost me maybe $12,000, and I've made $6,000 so far on it. So I was like, hey, I made half back. But if I could just break even on my creative endeavors, that'd be great, because then it's an infinite loop, because I just create it, get the money back, create again, get the money back. And so I never had to spend anything. But unfortunately, if I could break even on a comic, that'd be great. I just need money to get it going, because what I want to do with this comic book, I'm not a good writer by any means, but I do like writing short stories, and I love short stories. So I've always written short stories just on my own. They sit on my computer. I do nothing with them. And I thought well, why not do my two loves and combine them together, comic books and music? So what I'm going to do is, I don't know how it's even going to turn out, because they're two different mediums. But I thought what I'd do is I'd create a story, and I would create a comic book and a song that they go compatible with each other. Think of if you're thinking of a music video, but in a comic book form. Now, it's obviously not going to be a video, but it'll be a comic book. But basically, the music will capture the vibe of the comic book. Now, it's not going to be like, oh, the lyrics I'm singing in the comic book or in the song are the words that are going to be on the page of the comic book. No. It's more of like a visual representation of what the music. So they accompany each other. So it's like the idea is you're supposed to be listening to the song as you're reading the comic. And each I'm going to try to do like maybe 3 or 4 stories in there separate. They have nothing to do with each other. Each one's going to be very different, like a sci-fi one, and then I'll have like a synthwave song to go with that, something along the lines of that. That's what I'm trying to do, and I don't know how it'll turn out, but it's going to be very expensive because not only is it to record the cons. Shut up, Siri. Shut up, Siri. You're not invited. Anyways, not only is it going to be expensive to do the music, but then I have to do the comic book itself, and obviously I can't draw it all. So I'm going to have to hire artists and all that kind of stuff. So that is kind of like a dream of mine to like encompass both these things together. So yes, I figured what I'll do is I'll have a Patreon. I can do these 5 going up and going down videos, and that's basically, I was like, I don't know what to offer people. I don't know what to offer people on Patreon. I feel bad. It's like, hey, just give me money. So I was like, I got to offer something. And I was like, well, they like these videos. Maybe I'll just put those on there. And then that's a way you can watch them either early or just exclusive. Maybe I'll do like some live stuff that you can only get access to if you're a membership. And I really don't like putting a paywall behind something, but I was like just trying to figure out ways to come up with some money to do this. And so that's what I'm going to do. So links will be in the description of these videos and videos going forward on both my channels. This channel, the Unhinged one, and the other one. So sorry, this is a long rant of basically me telling you what's happening, what I want to do. So if I can raise some money to do it, hopefully enough, that would be great. And I can do my comic book. And then you guys will get it. So anyways, let's get into the video. Because that's why you're here. So I don't know how this is going to do. I don't know. People told me to do it. A lot of people told me that they make more money doing the Patreon and membership stuff than they do actually from YouTube itself. So that'd be pretty cool, but who knows? Anyways, first book up, Ultimate Fallout number 4, and a 9.8 is currently selling for $900. 6 months ago, it was actually $635, only down 4%. All 2024 is about 1046, down 14%, and at its peak, it was 4,500, down 80%. Now, I looked at this book, and it's pretty much flatlined. Now, if you just take kind of like it's up today, down tomorrow type of thing, but it's pretty much, from what I've seen, in at least the last almost a year, flat. So that's pretty good. That means I think if you're trying to get in this book, this will be the lowest. It's at the bottom. And it's been flat for, it wasn't just flat today, and then it's been flat for a while. So that leads me to believe that it's not always going to have a massive dip. Next is we got as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures number 1. A 9.8 is currently selling for $340. 6 months ago it was $329, so that is actually up 3%. In all 2024 it was $357, only down 5%, and that's peak of $1,700. So like the Ultimate Fallout 4, like some months will be up, some months will be down. This one was actually up compared to 6 months ago. And if you look at the graph, you can pretty much see that it's been flat for about a year. And even if you go all 2024, on average, it was selling about the same what it's selling now. So that's almost a year, almost 2 years now, if you think 2025 and 2024. So yeah, but then obviously it's peaking 1,700, so not even close to that, down 80%. Next is we got Astonishing Tales 25. First appearance, Deathlock, a 9.8 is currently selling for about $1,600. 6 months ago it was about $2,040, that's down 22%. In all of 2024, it was averaging $2,056, so about the same. And then at its peak, it was $6,700, down 76%. I mean, in a 9.8, there's not going to be a lot of sales, so it could be up and down, up and down, up and down. But if you kind of look at the graph, it looked like it had a spike in like early 2025, but then it dropped down to pretty much where it is right now. So I imagine this is like the lowest it will be. Next, we've got Amazing Fantasy 15. First appearance of Amadeus Cho, Totally Awesome Hulk. A 9.8 currently sells for $207. 6 months ago it was $290, down 28%. And all of 2024 is averaging $375, down 44%. And at its peak it was $2,500, down 92%. So this is still dropping. Compared to the other ones, you can see how they're kind of flat, basically about the same. Well, 6 months ago it was down 28%. A year ago it was down 44%. So it's like obviously still going. I checked it. It's actually selling less than it was back in 2018. You have to go all the way back to like 2016 to get the same price as this. So quite a long time ago, and it's still going down. So if you're looking to get this book, this will probably continue to drop even more. And the last on the list is Daredevil 168 and a 9.8, recently sold for $1,500. 6 months ago, it was $1,850, down 20%. All of 2024, it was about the same, $1,859, down 19%. And then at its peak is $5,250, down 71%. It looks like it's still kind of dropping. It looks like it kind of stayed a little bit, but in the last couple of months, it dropped a little more, or last like 6 months. So, yeah, I imagine this is probably just a low sale at $1,500. I imagine probably in the next sale, it'll be higher than $1,500, maybe one lower than one higher, something like that. But that's pretty much it. So yeah, those are the 5 keys. Also, we have a featured auction coming up. I got a ton of stuff in for the PSA auction that starts, I mean, whenever you're going to see this video, will be on the weekend. It'll be the next Friday, this coming up Friday. And then the next one will be the featured auction that will start over at collectorscomics.com. Let me know if there's any ideas that you can think of for this membership Patreon thing. I don't know how it's going to work out. We'll see. At least I'll try it out. I never thought I would. But anyways, have a good day.